With Saber Fox at your side, you climb the circular stairs to the grand hall of the Tower of the Sun. Excitedly, the young Kai Master announces your arrival to the battle-weary Kai who are gathered here, and at first they look at you in stunned disbelief. Then the truth of what they see sinks in, and they give vent to a loud cheer that can be heard all throughout the monastery. The news of your return spreads like wildfire. Two of the first to welcome you back are your friend Guildmaster Baindon and your trusted advisor Lord Remoa.
Phew!
Thank Ishia you're alive, Baindon, you say, clasping his hand in friendship.
Yeah. And Santa Claus is just behind the next door.
Yeah. Oh god. In Homegard, they fear that you and Remote were killed aboard your skyship. It gladdens my heart to see this is not so. See, it's just friendship. Nothing to it, but friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, let us get on with this before this becomes awkward.
And it warms me to see you safely home, Grandmaster, he replies. Though we've been hard-pressed to keep you home safe in your absence, asked Lord Remoa with a wry smile. You both
Okay, seriously, in the next few moments, the music from Titanic is going to start playing.
Lone Wolf is the king of the world! You both have my deepest thanks, he replied.
Here, there's nothing up here.
You took a great risk in coming to the aid of the Kai. I've seen what became of your skyship, Baindon. You were indeed fortunate to have survived. Aye, he replied sadly. Yeah, the last three of my brotherhood were not so blessed. They perished when the lava dragged us from the skies. Take heart, Baindon, for their deaths will not be in vain. They shall be avenged. And with these prophetic words, you take the sun crystal from your pocket and show it to your grieving friend. With this crystal, I shall destroy the Shadowgate and put an end to Nor's evil plan. Together with Baindon and Remoa, you make a tour of the monastery to assess for yourself the extent of the battle damage. Your presence among the young Kai greatly improves their morale and strengthens their resolve to withstand the lava siege. You visit every area of the monastery, including the law halls of Solaris, where the bodies of those slain in battle have been laid out, awaiting burial. It saddens you to see so many Kai dead, and as you walk among their still ranks, you recognize many of whom you have held high hopes. Spring Rain, Eastwind, Sharp Dove, Deep Heart, Frostlark, and Firefly. Oh god, they killed and cancelled Firefly. Now the fans will be pissed.
Well, they actually have some pretty good names, but yeah, too bad they all of them just had to, not up and not off.
Yeah. As you turn to leave the law hall, you vow to Baindon and Remoa that the sacrifices they have made will never be forgotten. You return to the Grand Hall, where Baindon and Remoa tells you of the location of the Shadowgate. Kai scouts sighted it in the foothills of the Duncrack Mountains, less than 5 miles distant, at a place called Raven's Eyrie, says Baindon. I know this place, you say. My old tutor, Stormhawk, and I camped there on a hunting trip when I was an acolyte, before the war with Dark Lord Sagana. There's a track that leads there, I know it well. You are determined to destroy the Shadowgate, and you resolve to go to Raven's Eyrie tonight to carry out the mission. Also, you are aware that tomorrow is a very special day.
Try spelling Eyrie. Could you do that in the chat?
E-Y-R-I-E.
That's Eyrie.
Eyrie, sorry. It is Fehmarn, the first day of spring, a holy day in Summerlund when traditionally all of the Kai gather at the monastery to reaffirm their fealty to King Ulnar and the god Kai. It is also the anniversary of the massacre of the First Order, the day upon which all of your warriors cast save you were massacred by Dark Lord Sagana's hordes. I will destroy the Shadowgate tonight, you vow resolutely, and tomorrow we shall celebrate Fehmarn, securing the knowledge that a lasting peace has returned to our land. How many times has this lasting peace been established by now, Lone Wolf? It's not the first time.
I really have no idea. Problem is, we already have those Dark Lords popping out of nowhere and all that.
Moments later, a doleful bell sounds from atop the Duncrack Tower. It is the alarm. Hurry, my lords, shouts a young Kai savant who comes rushing breathlessly into the Grand Hall. The enemy are attacking in force. To your battle position, my lords, you command, as you stride towards the door. The time has come for you to avenge your dead brothers. Fight well, fight true. The spirit of the sun god Kai is with us this night. A great cloud of winged lava is speeding towards the monastery from the northwest, and they will arrive within a few minutes at most. As you watch the young Kai Lord arm themselves and take up the position around the monastery, you consider where best to position yourself for the imminent battle. Do you wish to join the acolytes who are lining the battlements, or would you rather fight from the Tower of the Sun, the highest point of the Kai Monastery?
Preferably the highest point, I think. Or what do you say?
Well, the young ones might need our help. What do you
Well,
say, Giovanni?
what do you say?
Well, yeah, let's help our young ones.
Okay. The lower ranks of the Kai are proud and excited to have you among them. Your presence inspires their courage, and you feel confident that they will fight exceptionally well in the coming battle. Lord Remo is also by your side, quietly intoning the words of battle spells in preparation for the Lava's attack. "Here they come!" shouts Saber Fox from the far end of the battlement. "Take up your bows, my lord!" you cry as the first wave of winged beasts comes sweeping down from out of the northern sky, "and make every arrow count." Do you wish to use your bow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Might as well.
You draw an arrow and take careful aim at one of the leading lavas. As it dips its head and opens its jaw, you release your straining bowstring and send your shaft whistling towards its face. The fire-hardened tip penetrates its eye, and with a hideous shriek, it spins end over end before crashing into the parapet of the North Watch. "Fire at the eyes!" you shout, and a cloud of 50 Kai arrows are sent screaming through the sky to seek their elusive mark.
That's the point where the Lavas...
I'd like to point out I'm glad that we fired its eye, because I was a bit worried there when you... Didn't you say that it opened its mouth?
Yep, and then you send your
And then
shaft.
we fired a shaft at it!
Yeah.
I was afraid we were going to deep throat it to death.
Yeah, thank you for that mental image. But this is the point where the Lava...
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is the point where you, as a Lavas, would basically think, holy shit, they're firing something sharp at our eyes, our only weak point.
More than half find their targets, decimating the first wave of the lava's attack at a single stroke. Yet those winged creatures who do survive this deadly volley are quickly among the defenders on the wall. Suddenly you're confronted by one of these beasts who attempt to bat you away from the battlements with its horny tail.
Because they have horns on their tails. There's nothing suggestive about that at all. No, let's
The
just...
creature comes at you with its horny tail. Beware.
Oh, you're not helping me keep decency and order in this conversation. Oh, fuck it. It has a horny tail. Move on.
You leap to avoid its scything attack. Draw your weapon in mid-air and strike your first blow the moment your feet returns to the flagstones of the North Watch. You're now fighting a Lavas. So, yeah.
Yeah, roll the die.
10.
10.
I
Alright.
think we were fighting a Lavas.
Just a moment, let me just check combat skill. That would be boom, 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 boom. 10. Alright. Yeah, so you start out with a vicious blow that cuts off one of its wings. The creature howls and shrieks in agony as blood spurts from his wound. But it turns this pain into pure rage and it leaps for your throat. Roll again.
8.
Right, this turns out to be a mistake, as you just, spin around and beat this leaping creature into the flagstone floor with the flat of your blade in a way that can only be described as painful looking.
Ouch.
Roll the die again.
9.
9,
9.
9,
5.
5,
No, 9.
9,
9.
9. Could you say yes or no?
9!
If I repeat the numbers because I didn't hear you properly, just say yes. Yes.
Yes,
Really?
9.
This is the area of intelligence that is going on in our show.
Yeah, the creature hisses and tries to rise, but you deliver a fierce boot to the side of its stomach. You hear the crack of ribs and you send the creature flying like a demonic football down the battlements. But it comes to its legs, and though wounded, it comes rushing towards you again. Roll the die.
7.
Right. The creature leaps with your mouth open, and then you deep throat it to death with your sword.
Oh well.
Though the ship's kebab creature does manage to scratch your wrist with its teeth, as it ends up being completely penetrated upon your mighty blade. You lose 1 endurance point, and have
So
won.
I assume the sword went through its brain, because that joke was brainless. Anyway, let us proceed.
The defenders on the North Watch fight like lions. The battle is fierce and bloody throughout the monastery, but the struggle is soon won and the shaken remnants of the winged attackers are repelled with heavy losses. A great cheer goes up as the last of the battered lavas limps into the air and make its escape towards the Duancrag. You are moving slowly along the battlements, helping the wounded and praising those Kai who have shown exceptional bravery when Bainton approaches. The time is right for you to begin your mission, Grandmaster, he says as he watches the last of the enemy waves disappearing into the mountains. They have lost many this night. It is unlikely they will return before the dawn. Yes, my friend, you reply, touching the pocket of your tunic which contains the sun crystal. You are right. The time has come. I will leave for Eyrie at once. You leave the monastery under cover of darkness and set off towards the northwest into the foothills of the Duancrag Mountains. Soon you pick up the trail that leads to Eyrie, and you follow it for a mile to where it crosses a mountain stream. Mist oozes from the peaty soil, breathing a damp film on the surrounding rocks. You continue beyond the mist-enshrouded stream until you reach a rocky spur of granite called Eagle's Claw. Here you detect a low humming sound, and your pulse quickens. You sense you are getting closer to the Shadow Gate. This resonant hum steadily increases in volume the nearer you get to Eyrie. Then, as you come to within a few hundred yards of the peak, you catch your first glimpse of the Shadow Gate. It is an awe-inspiring sight. It appears like a black semicircular cave mouth that seems to hover motionless in the air. Crackling snakes of electrical energy surround its edges, and the air before it writhes and shimmers like a desert mirage. You reach into the pocket of your tunic and remove the sun crystal, weighting it carefully in your hand so that you will be ready to throw it accurately when the time comes. The electrical fire that borders the Shadow Gate suddenly flares and gives off hissing sparks which climbs like firework into the night sky. Moments later, a trio of lavas emerge from its total darkness and soars into the air. Judging by the direction of flight, you determine that they are going to reinforce the enemy line, which keeps King Ulnar's armies at bay. You are too far from the Shadow Gate to hurl the sun crystal, and so with caution you begin to inch your way nearer to your goal. So you wish to use a combination... wait, you don't have grand pathmanship, do you?
No, just normal pathmanship.
Right. You get to your feet and resume your steady climb towards the gate, now less than 100 yards distant, but you have taken only a few dozen steps when suddenly another flight of lavas emerge from the Shadow Gate. You flatten yourself against the damp granite in a desperate attempt to avoid being seen, but in your horror you lose your footing on the slippery rocks. Okay, so roll the die and add... let's see... Grand Guardian... And add 4.
$13.
Swiftly you regain your footing and flatten yourself against the rocks. The granite is cold and damp against your cheek as you watch the second flight soar into the sky and fly away, heading due east. You resume your climb quickly. When you're within 30 yards of the Shadow Gate, you draw back your arm and get ready to hurl the sun crystal into its inky black core. At this moment, a piercing shriek rises above the Shadow Gate, throbbing hum, and to your horror you look up to see a lava starting towards your chest. Hurriedly you throw the sun crystal before this creature can press home its attack. Roll the die.
2.
The lava swears away from you and uses its wings to deflect the sun crystal. With dismay you watch as the glowing crystal drops harmlessly among the rocks below the entrance to the Shadow Gate. Hurriedly, you scramble over the jagged granite in a desperate attempt to retrieve the sun crystal and try again, but as you are about to stretch out and close your hands upon it, the lava swoops down and fixes its claws into your backpack.